Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Bulma from the Dragon Ball series, which means it's basically Kid Bulma. And I know a lot of people are kind of upset that they made two Bulmas, and I kind of agree. Probably the other one wasn't anywhere near as necessary as this one as far as the collection goes, and maybe if they had gone with like a Dragon Ball Z version for the other one, sure. But having two Bulmas in this Dragon Ball batch of figures seems kind of like a poor choice. And I agree, but at least this one is the one that people probably would have wanted the most, and so that's probably why they released it second, and that's kind of a good business plan, I guess, but it still kind of sucks for people that buy everything, so whatever. If you don't like it, I totally understand. And if you do like it, well, then buy it, I guess. But hey, there's some stuff to talk about, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. And this figure stands just about 13.5 centimeters to the top of her head, not counting the bow, which makes it just about 5¼ inches, so it's not particularly tall. Not too small though. Let's go ahead and just do a quick comparison against, there's adult Goku, and there's Kid Goku, which I think is, you know, it's pretty well done. That's close enough. Can we just stand normally there, please, Goku? Alright. So yeah, I think that's okay. Seems alright. Close enough for anybody who's not going in and measuring everything because they're weird, so that should be good. First impressions on this figure, there's no shading anywhere, which does kind of suck, but they did do a nice job with the Bulma across the chest and the 97 on the back. The painted little, I don't know if that's a watch, I guess it's a watch. That thing there looks good, the glove is well done, the shoes and socks are well done, the face looks good. You know, it's definitely good enough. There's enough going on here that I don't think it's really lacking anything that's necessary. Just could be better if it had a little bit more going on. Just, you know, a little bit to spruce it up here and there, but it's definitely pretty clean. The sculpt for the hair is particularly clean, so I think it looks pretty good. It's fairly accurate. It doesn't really have anything that stands out as being a problem. So I'm gonna give the, I don't know, I guess I'll give it a 8. I'll give it an 8. 9. I guess technically I should give it a 9. Because it's really good, other than the shading, so I'll give it a 9. First impressions get a 9. Alright, time for the accessories. We have one neutral face that comes on her in the package, one where her mouth is open and she's smiling, and one where she's making a crazy face. We have on her belt in the package a pistol in its holster. Then, of course, we have a removed pistol and an empty holster. That's the way to do it, Hasbro. And who else did that recently? Somebody did that recently that was not good. Oh, it was DC Multiverse. Yeah, don't do that. Then we also have a couple hands. We have 2 fist hands, 2 pointing finger hands, 2 like open holding a Dragon Ball hands. We have a gun hand, and then a capsule hand, and then a Dragon Radar holding hand. Then, of course, we do have our Dragon Radar and a Dragon Ball. So, not a bad batch of accessories. Probably not the craziest batch in the world, but lots of hands, a few faces, some other accessories. I think that's pretty good. Not too bad. I'll go ahead and give that an 8, maybe a 9. You could argue either way. It's a pretty solid batch. And now it's time for the articulation. The head is on a big ball hinge. You can see the rivet type thing in there. It's more like a rolled pin, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it works well enough. The way they've done it, you don't really have to fight it too much. You can lean the head from side to side. Of course, you can rotate it, lean it forward and back. Very nicely done. This part will rotate a little bit up here, and then you have another hinge for the ponytail, so that's pretty good. Shoulders are your standard ball hinge that lets you raise the arm up better than horizontal, so that's nice. And of course, it goes down and rotates all the way around. If you really want to, it does have a slip joint in there where it extends out, and you can give her slightly better range, but I don't know if you really need to do that. It doesn't seem like something that's really necessary or that it actually offers all that much, but it is in there if you want it, and if you don't want it, then don't use it. You do get a bicep swivel at that joint. Do you get one down here as well? You do, probably because typically those joints go all the way through down to the bicep, so that's my guess. But either way, bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow, definitely not the best looking, but it's not as bad as the other Bulma, but it's not very good. But you do get a lot of range, so I guess that's alright. Little tiny ball hinges for the wrist, which work really nicely. Seems like a couple of ball pegs in here for the torso, but pretty much anything you want to do, you can do. It's really well done, so that's nice. The skirt is split, so you can still pose her legs pretty well going forward and back, if I can. Oh, that's right, they don't go back. The way they did it, the way they sculpted her butt cheek onto her leg, they don't really go back very far, and that's kind of a bummer. And I know those of you who are not familiar with the anime, you're probably thinking, why'd they give her underwear like that? It's weird and creepy. And yes, that's kind of exactly the point. She was with Kid Goku, and there were some very awkward scenes on that show. Kid Goku learning about things. And that's why they did it. And I guess Master Roshi also, which is definitely something that wouldn't be something they could do nowadays. But either way, they did give her ball pegs for the hips, very similar to the older style Dragon Ball figure. So you have the socket. Oh no. Well, apparently it snaps apart if you do that. Like, it just pegs together, so it's not like it's broken, but that probably should be glued, I'm guessing. Unless they did that for a reason, but I don't think they did. Well, anyway, now you can see the ball peg in there and how the hips work. So the hips have ball pegs and sockets. Thigh swivel. They don't go out to the side that far, but probably far enough. They do go pretty far forward. And like I said, you get a thigh swivel. The skirt just flexes with everything, so it's not a problem. You can see. Alright, like that. It's fine. No big deal there. That's weird that mine popped apart. Like, it's not broken or anything, so I don't really care that much. But like, it snaps together too, so maybe... I don't know. Maybe I was just too rough with it. Anyway, single jointed knee. Not the best looking, but it's functional. Better than 90. Ankles are actually really good. They go all the way down. And they go... Well, I guess they're not really good. They don't go that far forward. They do go a little bit, though. And you get a really nice ankle rocker, so that's good. So yeah, it's not the best articulation in the world everywhere, but in some places, it's really good. And in other places, it's acceptable. I can't think of any bad spots off the top of my head. Let's see, did anything have a bad spot? I don't think so. If I can't get it back together, that kind of sucks. I mean, I'll be able to, but either way, it popped apart, but it's not broken or anything, and it'll just snap right back in, so not a huge deal. Final verdict for the articulation, I'll give it an 8. It's pretty good articulation all around, and I think that's okay, especially for Bulma, where it doesn't matter all that much anyway, so that's good. So final verdict on this figure, I'll give it an 8. It's a strong release. If you wanted Bulma, then you'll be happy to buy it. You'll be happy to have it if you buy it. And if you didn't want Bulma, then you might consider it anyway if you're just trying to flesh out your Dragon Ball collection, or if you don't want to buy it, then don't, but know that it's probably an 8. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section below what you think about the figure. And if you didn't enjoy the video, do those things anyway. It doesn't hurt you. And you might want to subscribe. I've got thousands of videos already on the channel, and new ones coming out just about every single day. So make sure you come back for all of that good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.